Well, rollbacks, retractions, reversals seem to be the new norm in Indian politics, one that kicks in with a change of government and accompanying ideology both at the centre and at state levels. However, for the Congress party, it seems to be a first of sorts in Karnataka, where it recently swept to power with a thumping majority, dislodging the BJP government. Buoyed by that big win ahead of other assembly elections in next year's Lok Sabha polls, the Congress in Karnataka is on a withdrawal spree. The Congress government, led by Siddaramaiah, has decided to scrap the controversial law against religious conversion, fulfilling its promise of reviewing and, if necessary, scrapping the laws enacted by the previous BJP government in the state. This contentious law had become a major bone of contention between the BJP and the Congress, with the latter accusing the then BJP government of deploying it as a tool for harassment of minorities. And the changes don't end there. The Congress government in Karnataka has also decided to introduce major changes to the history syllabus in schools. They're going to remove the chapters from school history books on Hindutva ideologue V.D. Savarkar and K.B. Hegdegwar, one of the founders of the BJP's ideological mentor, the RSS. These chapters were added last year. The cabinet has also decided to make it mandatory in schools and colleges to read the preamble to the Constitution of India on a daily basis. In addition, the anti-cow slaughter law brought in by the BJP government will be reviewed and amended. Plus, the government has also decided to introduce a new law on agricultural markets that will replace the one enacted when the BJP was in power. Many are wondering, could decisions on the scrapping of the Muslim quota and the hijab ban in educational institutions be next on the Congress's list? The question we're asking on the show is this: even as this tit-for-tat politics is the new normal, is the all-new Karnataka model likely to become a benchmark for Congress governments in the future? Are we witnessing a new and more assertive Congress party? Kartikeya, let me start with you. As I said at the start of the show, retracting what a previous government with a differing ideology has done may have become the new normal in Indian politics. But are we looking at the grand old party in a whole new avatar in Karnataka? What do you make of it?
I think the grand old party has tasted success, and grand old party feels that they can be aggressive after Karnataka win. It was not one of those wins where they could have attributed their success just to an individual or just to the fact that they kept the election local. Congress actually confronted Bharatiya Janata Party on cultural issues. They confronted Bharatiya Janata Party on polarized political issues. They, in fact, they put it in their manifesto that they're going to ban Bajrang Dal. So it's like a Karnataka model. So I think this Karnataka model is the new mantra for the Congress, the way Gujarat model became a new mantra for the Congress party, for the Bharatiya Janata Party after BJP lost the second consecutive election under the leadership of L.K. Advani in 2009. So I would say that the Karnataka model is one in which you not only win the election but challenge the policies, challenge the legislative changes made by the previous government as a departure. What did BJP do when it occupied Raisena Hill in 2014? BJP said it's not business as usual. There will be a complete departure. Obviously, it was not the revolutionary road, neither it was a Marxist government. But but when they meant departure, it meant complete departure. I think except the Labharti thing and the Narega, which they ultimately adopted, but it marked a departure in the way they ran the government. And I think Karnataka model is about that.
You know, I listed a whole lot of changes that are being brought in by the new Congress government in Karnataka, whether it is the anti-conversion law that they want to repeal, or reviewing the anti-cow slaughter law, or you know, talking about agricultural produce changes, or dropping chapters on Savarkar and Hegdewar. Obviously, these are sensitive issues for the BJP. No surprises that the BJP is now calling the Congress the new Muslim League. But as somebody who's followed Karnataka politics very closely, what do you make of these developments?
Well, firstly, these developments that we see are not something that has just come out of the blue. If you see the manifesto, these were the same things that were mentioned by the Congress beforehand itself. So the Congress made the people of the state aware that these are the changes that we are going to do. But what we see right now is that they're going to go all guns blazing against the BJP because they feel that the state is going to be the template for the entire country, and through this itself they're going to bring a lot of changes in the country also. And with the mandate that they've got, they've had that leverage to take this forward. Now if we see these bills that they're changing, the conversion law, what they've said is they're not going to change the law, but they're going to amend everything that the BJP has done. And these are not the only things that they're going to change. In the future, we're going to see the changes in the cow bill also. There'll be amendment in that. The entire burqa issue that we saw, the hijab issue, that is going to be addressed by the state Congress. So also the entire moral policing that was going on in the Mangalore belt, in the Udupi belt, about which we've also heard the Home Minister say, Parmeshwar especially, coming out and saying that Mangalore is a sensitive issue. They've appointed a new minister over there entirely, which is Dinesh Gundu Rao, who will make sure that there'll be changes over there. So the Congress right now is going to attack.
And if I may add to that, cancellation or at least review of allotment of land parcels to leaders of the Sangh Parivar.
Yes, they're going to crack down on everything that the BJP has done for the Sangh, BJP has done for the right-wing organizations that have helped him build that party. And if you see, because before the election also, if you see, there were right-wing organizations who were speaking out against the BJP, realizing that they are going to lose, or the shift of the state is going to move towards the Congress. Seeing all this, we also saw how Hindutva organizations were cozying up to the Congress. So all these changes that we are seeing right now by the Congress is to attack the ideology of the BJP, and they're going to do it because they believe that the mandate that they've got gives them that leverage to do that. And now that is going to be the template for Madhya Pradesh, for Rajasthan. In fact, Rajasthan, if you see, the way they're trying to console the other two, Mr. Gehlot and Pilot, is exactly the same way they did it with DK Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah in the entire Bharat Jodo Yatra. Otherwise, before that, there was a lot of infighting between two. And we see that same happening in Rajasthan. So they're using the same template in Rajasthan also. So this is going to be the way forward for the Congress for the country for the 2024 election.
You know, we're talking about the whole slew of changes that are being brought in by the Congress government in Karnataka, essentially, let's say scrapping a lot of the decisions that have been taken by the BJP government in the past, and there is no doubt that a lot of these decisions have a distinct ideological edge to them. What do you make of this new assertive Congress party in the state of Karnataka, which is sending out a clear message to the people as well as to the BJP that, you know, we stand for something entirely different and we will make no bones about it? You know, there are many who are wondering if bringing back the Muslim quota, which the BJP government had scrapped, is next on the list. Is revoking the hijab ban next on the list? Do you believe it's only a matter of time?
Yeah, Neha, I think partly I agree with you, because I have to add one point here. If you see the trajectory of Siddaramaiah between 2013 and 18, it is no wonder that Siddaramaiah and his team has taken very assertive and clear stand within 1 month after assumed the power that they want to go back on all the issues that BJP did, whether it is hijab, whether it is textbook, whether it is anti-conversion law, APMC law. See, particularly this textbook issue was a very contentious issue, which was a kind of issue that one small section of intellectuals and I think minority communities were upset. So this conversion bill was also very, very contentious with respect to Christian community, because a lot of pastors opposed in the past this particular bill when BJP passed it. I think it's a kind of part of deal, if I have to say so, that so Congress had to immediately roll back all these issues to convince and send a message to its core vote base, I think, in Karnataka. And of course, the kind of the message they want to send from Karnataka is that no matter what BJP does now, so we are there. If we come to power, we will undo it. That's the kind of message they want to send it to their core vote base.
Right. Kartikeya, I have a couple of questions for you. Number one, is this the Congress also indulging in tit-for-tat politics, given that the BJP-led government at the centre has been accused in the last 9 years of rewriting India's history, of trying to undo the Congress party's legacy, the Nehruvian legacy, as it were. In fact, just today there is a huge controversy over the centre deciding to rename, correct me if I'm wrong, the Nehru Memorial Library. The Congress is seeing red over this issue. So is this in a way the Congress, taking a leaf out of the BJP's playbook?
I think there are two things. When we talk about Nehru Memorial Library, a part of it was converted as a museum for the different prime ministers. Now what they have done is that they have renamed the entire complex as a place dedicated to former prime ministers. Congress has an issue because they feel that this place was the residence of Jawaharlal Nehru. But if you look at the historicity, it was not the original residence of Jawaharlal Nehru. Under colonial India, it was supposed to be meant for the top-ranking British officer there. So it was meant for a different purpose, which was subsequently post-independence taken over by the first Prime Minister of this country. Now, when we talk about Karnataka model, what I mean is you change the syllabus, local syllabus. You change the most contentious part, which is the provision of the cow slaughter. Not only that, you also you start Indira Canteen. If you are done with Indira Canteen, then you say that the schemes which have been was tinkered by then Chief Minister will be redone. For example, when Yedurappa was the Chief Minister, he tinkered with the cow slaughter scheme. He added couple of words which made it very difficult for people to transfer the
age.
Transfer the cattle from one area to another. Secondly, it is directly related to agrarian economy. Problem was that places like Uttar Pradesh, cattle is a big issue. People leave their cattle once they become unproductive. But when it comes to the issue of slaughter, it becomes an emotional issue. But the fact of the matter is that the land cannot sustain them, state cannot sustain them. They need to be utilized for whatever other purposes, whether it's leather or other things. Now, there is a political hypocrisy. You want that leather, you want that utilization, but you don't want to get your hands politically dirty. This time what has happened is Siddaramaiah has taken a position on it. I think the larger position is also, which I think is happening, which I have to quote, which gentleman from MIM, Asaduddin Owaisi, had been saying, आपको मुसलमान का वोट तो चाहिए पर उसको आप मंच में अपने साथ देखना नहीं चाहते हैं. So if parties which confess to be secular will need to shed their hesitation which they acquired after 2014, that Hindus think that they have become anti-Hindu, most of them, and they need to reaffirm the fact that what it means to be a secular in public place or a plural in public place. And it is for this reason Karnataka model becomes important, because Congress did not fall into the trap of Bharatiya Janata Party. It stood out. It did not back off from the Bajrang Dal ban issue, and it led to reverse consolidation. I am not saying that the BJP didn't benefit. It did benefit in coastal areas. It helped them.
And
but
its vote share remained the same.
But overall, it also created a Muslim consolidation for the Congress party. So if you can have a Hindu consolidation, you can have a Muslim consolidation, you can have a Sikh consolidation. Politics works on consolidation. So in an unapologetic way, the consolidated went to the Congress party. And I think Congress has realized this. They thought in 2009, they got 21 seats in Uttar Pradesh because of Prime Minister's scheme to waive off the loan of farmers. Some people said it's because of the charisma of Sonia Gandhi. Some felt, no, Singh is King, the song they acquired. But people forget one thing. In 2008, Mulayam Singh Yadav allowed Kalyan Singh to join Samajwadi Party. Lock, stock and barrel. And under his regime, the Babri Masjid episode took place.
Yeah.
Lock, stock and barrel, Muslim vote shifted to the Congress party. So Congress understands that if it needs to do that sort of politics, it needs to provide a national space to the minorities. And I think that is also a part of the Karnataka model.